Cool. Well, I want to know what your must-see parks are for those adventurers out there.
Well, in South Africa, I'd say, there are 19 national parks and about another 20 provincial reserves, which are really special. So there are about 40 really special protected areas in South Africa, just South Africa. Obviously, for me, Table Mountain National Park, I grew up on its slopes. I love it. For me, it's a great symbol of wilderness. You've got this amazing open space in the middle of South Africa's second biggest city. And I think we all agree that if it wasn't for Table Mountain, Cape Town wouldn't be what it is, right? Yeah. In fact, if Table Mountain wasn't here, Cape Town would have been settled further up the coast by the Dutch, because fresh water flows off Table Mountain. That's why people came here for the first time. So that's, for me, a really beautiful, special place and significant in many ways. Kruger National Park, it's world famous. It's generally very well run. It's got, again, in that context of South Africa, which has been really developed, it's got everything that a visitor could want. It's got Big Five. It's big. It's huge. The ecosystems there are working generally as they should be. Kalahari Transfrontier Park, which is north of Uppington, that's even wilder. It's an arid, semi-arid desert, but animals have adapted there. You can see huge numbers of lions. In fact, after a while, you get bored of the lions when you see them. You just drive past them. But certainly in the first few days there, it's amazing to see these black-maned lions. And then there are little reserves like Umkambati Nature Reserve, which is on the northern wild coast, just on the Pondoland coast. It's only 7,000 hectares, 70 square kilometers, but it's got some of the most beautiful coastal scenery in the country, probably the most natural part of the wild coast, least developed part of the wild coast. And they've got waterfalls falling into the sea there, and eland walking on the beaches, and rivers you can drink out of, which in this day and age in South Africa is rare.
Very rare.
Not many rivers that you want to go drinking out of. So that's special. And Richtersveld National Park, which is on the border of Namibia, on the west coast, beautiful, beautiful desert mountains. It's sort of one of the first places I explored properly. Go up there on my own sometimes in the middle of summer when there was no one else around, and there's a very special atmosphere there, which I love to share with people, and so that's partly why I'm doing what I'm doing, is so I can share what I feel about these places with others and inspire other people as well to get really involved in conservation. And the first thing that one of the biggest differences you can make in conservation is by visiting the parks. Your tourism money contributes directly to their conservation. If it wasn't for the tourism money, you'd probably find that some of the parks wouldn't be able to survive. Yeah. Only 12% of the national parks budget comes from national government. The rest comes from tourism and other things like that. So it's really easy to make a difference in conservation in South Africa. All you have to do is go to Table Mountain National Park, go up the cable way, and some of that money is going towards the conservation of the land. So, yeah, that's the great thing about it. Not only are you saving something, but you can also enjoy yourself and have an awesome time at the same time.